Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you are fine and you are keeping warm because it is very cold. I'm glad to bring you today's lesson, which is taken from Matthew 9, verse 35 to verse 38. Let me read. Jesus went through all the towns and villages, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom, and healing every disease and sickness. When he saw the crowds, his heart was filled with pity for them because they were worried and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is large, but there are few workers to gather it in. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers to gather in his harvest." This is the word of God. You know, when I was reading this scripture, it reminded me when I was growing up at my grandfather's village. And when it was harvest time, my grandfather, like all the other villages, would call in harvest parties. And in these harvest parties, villagers would come, some with scotch carts, some with hoes, some with machetes, some with buckets, some with bags to fill in the grains that they would pick in the field. They would all come to help my grandfather. And the women of the village would be busy cooking, and that day would be a great feast. And when they go away, they wouldn't go empty-handed. Whatever they pick from the field, they would even take some things there and bring to their families. And this is the same story we are hearing today when Jesus was going around the villages and towns, teaching, healing. And we are told, and he's challenging his disciples that the harvest is ready. And he was using an example of farming because these people were farmers also. They knew that when it was harvest time, they can tell this crop field is ready for harvest. And also Jesus is saying, the people, they are ready to receive God. But there are no people to tell them. There are no people to bring them in. And he's telling us, even us today, you and I, we are being told in this scripture that the harvest is ready. The people are ready to be invited to church. Jesus is saying there are many people out there who haven't been brought to church, who doesn't know him, who want to be told about the kingdom, the good news about Jesus coming to save us all, because he wants everybody saved. It is a challenge to you and I today, and it is an invitation to you and I today to come to the harvest party, to harvest souls for the Lord. He is the owner of the harvest, and he is the good shepherd who sees when the sheep are shepherdless, but he's challenging us and sending us out there to be the shepherds of his sheep. What are we learning today? That Jesus is sending us to bring in people. Have you invited a friend to church? Have you invited a neighbor to church? How have you told about Jesus in your family, to your friends, and to your neighbors? Take your time and consider the word today. Jesus is saying the workers are few, but the harvest is plenty. What are you going to do today? That is my challenge today. Are you going to come to the harvest party and call people for Jesus through telling stories? You know, when you would do harvest, you would go into the field like these people. They are helping each other to gather the maize crop in the field. And like this lady, she's been working in the mango field, but she can't finish all the mango. She needs help. But Jesus is saying, it's not about mango, it's not about me, but it's about people. Today we are harvesting differently. Maybe there are tractors or there are machineries that we can use to harvest. But there is a time to harvest when we grow crops in the field. And Jesus is saying that harvest is plenty. And he's talking about harvesting of the people. I've a little song that I thought of when I was reading this. And I was singing, harvesting for Jesus, harvesting for Jesus, harvesting for Jesus all the time. Harvesting for Jesus, harvesting for Jesus, harvesting for Jesus all the time. With my Bible in my hand and a prayer in my heart, harvesting for Jesus all the time. With my Bible in my hand and a prayer in my heart, I am harvesting for Jesus in my heart. Oh, Jesus, harvesting for Jesus, harvesting for Jesus all the time. Harvesting for Jesus, harvesting for Jesus, harvesting for Jesus in the time. With the Bible on my hand and like Jesus on my side, harvesting for Jesus all the time. You know, that is my song. I cannot even sing properly. But you know what? Philippians 4 verse 13 tells us, I can do all things through Christ who can strengthen me. Never mind the mistakes that I made when I was singing. Never mind that I cannot even sing. But I'm challenging you also. Will you sing a song? Will you draw a picture? What can you tell others about Christ? That is my challenge to you. Bye-bye till next time.